guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, I'm going to go to an entertaining story titled, Am I the A-hole for cutting off support to my daughter? And guys, this story you guys are definitely going to enjoy. This is definitely one of these stories where a guy, not much older than me quite frankly, and a lot of you out back there, teaches some well-deserved manners to a young gal of the younger generation. You're going to see in this story, guys, this is about a father. He is 52 years old. He's been divorced for like 15 years from his ex-wife and had 3 kids. And since the divorce, he's had a good relationship, it sounds like, from his 2 oldest, a boy and a girl. However, the relationship with the youngest daughter has been rocky. And you're going to see here, guys, that the youngest is about to get married. And out of nowhere, after all the years and not really talking, even though he provided for her and everybody else, she wanted to make things better between her and her dad because she was getting married. And let's just say that then he decided, hey, I'm going to pay for the wedding because things have been rekindled with my youngest. Well, things happen where this guy realizes she's not the sweet and innocent, loving daughter that he thought she would be. Obviously, he was being very hopeful, and ultimately leading him to cutting her off completely. And as you can imagine, she didn't take that very well as some other people. And he's wondering if he's the big a-hole in the situation, the big jerk. And a big important thing about this story, guys, is all about respect. How you have to command respect. And if people don't respect you, I don't care who it is, even your own kids, you got to be willing to cut them off. End of story. And in some cases, cut them out of your life. Now, I know some people say SSM, you're not a parent, so you would never do such a thing. Bullshit. I know myself well enough to know that if I'm crossed too much, I'm done. I've always been that way, people. Always will be, even if I had a kid. And thank the Lord I don't, but no offense to you parents out there. Also about you don't let anybody take advantage of you. And also, you're going to see another thing, how it's important to always be truthful to people about situations, not try to take all the pain on yourself for somebody else. Because otherwise, you can get screwed over later in life and down the road. But anyhow, guys, you'll see a little bit more what I'm talking about as I get into the story. So it starts off, he says, I, a 52-year-old male, have 3 children with my ex named Tracy, a 50-year-old female. They are Michael, a 28-year-old male, Linda, a 25-year-old female, and Victoria, 23-year-old female. Yeah, well, he might as well call her Bitch-toria because that's what she is. We split because Tracy had an affair with Stan, a 55-year-old male, to whom she is now married. We never shared with the kids the reason for the divorce, as I didn't want them to blame either of us. That's a mistake. Because a lot of times the dad gets blamed for moving out and all that. The mother was cheating. The mother cheated on him and then married this dude who becomes the father and the stepdad of this girl and all these kids. Mom ruined the marriage, so why should he potentially be taking the blame for it? Right? That's ridiculous. To shield the kids. Guess what? Kids nowadays, by about 10 years old, know more than your average adults did when they were 20. Okay? So, no. I disagree with that completely. Why give the mom a pass? Anyway, says this backfired as the kids saw their mom move out of the house into a small apartment. And me kept living in the house and remarried 2 years after the divorce. So they saw me as the bad guy. Stan and Tracy let them pretty much do whatever they wanted, and I had to be the disciplinarian who made sure homework was done, appointments were made, and deadlines were met. So mom cheated, and she got kicked out of the house. That's good. The problem is this guy didn't tell the kids why, so he was seen as the bad guy. He was being the martyr. Big mistake. And of course, he had to be the disciplinarian, while mom was the, obviously, free spirit. My 2 oldest eventually came to realize that I was not the bad guy. My son, when he found out that his mother had put nothing away for college for him, as outlined in our divorce decree, and she told him to take out loans. My daughter, when she realized that her grades were going to keep her out of her desired program in school. So, mom's supposed to put away money for the kids for school, and she didn't even do that. Mom sounds like a real great mom. Real responsible. And my youngest never came around. So it was a surprise when her boyfriend asked me for my blessing to ask for her hand in marriage. When I expressed I didn't think she cared about my blessing, he said she insisted on it. Keep this in mind. The youngest, who had wants nothing to do with him, suddenly comes back into his life and insisting on getting the blessing. Let's remember this. She began spending time with me, being polite to my wife, and it felt wonderful to have my daughter back. I went with them to book the venue, and they'll be getting married next summer. I paid the deposit and the first installment. Anybody see what's going on here? What's coming here? Out of nowhere she shows up, putting on all the charm, and now this guy's shelling out money for her wedding. Coincidence? I noticed that she was becoming less communicative again recently, ignoring my text or giving one-word replies, and not coming over as much. After the deposits were made, imagine that. On Monday, my son sent me a post from Instagram. My youngest had an engagement party this weekend to which I was not invited. This guy's shelling out the money, the deposit and all for her wedding, and she had an engagement party and didn't invite the dad. Sounds like the acorn doesn't fall far from the tree from her a-hole mom. One of the photos was with her and Stan, and it read, "Anyone can be a father. It takes a real man to be a dad. This amazing guy has been my dad for 15 years, even though he didn't have to be. I'm so blessed to have him walk me down the aisle next year. Hashtag daddy's girl and hashtag future Mrs. X." 15 years, this guy's her dad. This is the dude that was cheating with her mom, the reason that they got a divorce, and they live in a place, and the mom wasn't putting away any money, and this guy's the dad. Meanwhile, this dude has been providing for her all this time. What an ungrateful little asshole. This girl, on purpose, sought out the dad, put on the charm, had her boyfriend, now fiance, ask him permission just to get him to shell out the money. Okay? This girl's just like her mom. What a piece of shit. No respect. But nothing surprised me with the younger generation. My kids wanted for nothing their entire lives because I never let them go without it. Even when they wouldn't talk to me, I made sure their needs were met. He tried to be a good father. No good deed goes unpunished. I texted Tracy to ask why I was not included. She replied that Victoria didn't want my wife there because she wanted a drama-free day. My wife has literally never started drama in her life. I asked if Stan and I would be walking her down the aisle. Tracy didn't respond, but Victoria called me up demanding to know what my problem was. The youngest daughter calls him up demanding, probably yelling and screaming, having a tantrum again. She's 23, typical of this generation. Irresponsible, no respect, disrespectful, entitled, lazy, all that. Not that you all are like this for you young guys, but a lot of them are. And this guy, unbelievable. I repeated my question. She replied that no, Stan, her dad, would be walking her down the aisle. I told her that if that is what she wanted, I'd be fine with it. I told her to let Stan know that the next payment for the wedding is due in November. Stan and Tracy do not have the money for this wedding, and they think I'm being an a-hole. Linda says if I do this, Victoria will never speak to me again. Michael is on my side. So, am I the a-hole? Absolutely not. And I'm sure probably about 99.99998% of you guys out there will agree with this. She completely used him. Wouldn't talk to him all these years. Now, he screwed up by not telling the kids exactly why they got divorced. He didn't do that. And therefore then, but regardless, and I guarantee her mother filled her head with a bunch of crap. Her mom's just as much of an a-hole as the daughter. But the daughter's 23, a grown-ass woman. And she did that on purpose to her father. I mean, what a piece of garbage here. But this guy, as the saying goes, the golden rule, he who has the gold makes the rules. So then, tough crap. Is the a-hole? No way. I wouldn't pay a dime. And if it means the daughter's not going to talk to him ever again, so be it. He already has 2 kids he already has a really good relationship with, so if he can't have it with all 3, well, fine, it is what it is. It's not like he had a really good thing going with her for the last 15 years anyway. But what a spoiled little asshole that girl is. But so, you know what? And then she'll see how great her stepfather is now that he can't pay for it. But this doesn't surprise me. Nothing surprises me about people nowadays, let alone this generation. But anyhow, now here are a few comments from different people showing that I'm not alone in this opinion, as are many of you who are probably eagerly typing away that he's not the a-hole. One guy says here, not the a-hole. If you aren't her dad in her eyes, then why would you be paying for the wedding? And here is a novel idea. The bride and groom can pay for the wedding instead of the parents. Aha. There you go. Another one says, not the a-hole. Victoria, or Bitchtoria, strategically resumed contact for a brief period to ensure that the dad pays towards the wedding. The same one in which her dad, Stan, is going to walk her down the aisle. She's a bad egg, and it would be a good thing if she stops talking to the OP after this. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's pissed. Well, he is pissed, but obviously breaking his heart, but she's not his daughter anymore. You know, she's a piece of garbage. And again, people, how could you say that, SSM? You're not a parent. I've reached a point in my life that I just don't tolerate bullshit from anybody. It's not fucking worth it. Another guy says, yep, again, bitch Toria has learned from her mother. Who cares if she speaks to you or not? This is just manipulation. I know she's your daughter and you love her, but don't let yourself be used. She pretended to be interested in recovering the relationship with you just to get what she wanted. Please, OP, stand your ground. You are not the a-hole. She's cruel and a gold digger. Yeah, you hear about gold digger wives and gold digger girlfriends. I never heard of gold digger daughters, but that's exactly what this is. But yeah, I mean, I imagine that she plotted got her fiance to go to him to ask permission, and all. It was all a big plan to get her way. And I guarantee she felt justified because, like, oh, you ruined my childhood, so therefore I'm going to ruin you, or some bullshit to justify it. Another one says here, not the a-hole. Been there, post-divorce daughter didn't want to talk to me unless she wanted me to co-sign on a car or was willing to accept money, half for her college, a semester abroad, or a paid trip to Europe. No car for me, blistering email, no car after working for 2 years, another screamer. Finally, I realized I was an ATM machine to her, but no longer. Right. Don't let yourself be used, guys. And the last one, this guy says, full disclosure, I'm not Michael, but I'm on your side too. The truth about your divorce was ugly and unflattering to Tracy, so you apparently agreed to hide it forever. Not just till the kids were grown, but forever. That decision has bitten you in the butt and cost you your relationship with at least one of your adult kids. Exactly. See about being the white knight, guys, the hero? He wasn't going to tell his kids the real reason they got divorced because he wanted to protect them. But the reality is he was just felt like he had to be the hero, the white knight. Okay? Bullshit. He was a good man. He shouldn't have to be hated for supposedly breaking up the family. The wife did it. And I guarantee he wanted them to have a relationship with their mother and all that, so therefore he took it upon himself to get, obviously, the disdain. It's bullshit. It says, please sit down with Linda and Michael and tell them the truth about the divorce. Show them all the braggy Instagram posts from Bitch Toria and say, you know, I love all you, but everyone has limits. I feel used and disrespected, and I'm not going to put up with it anymore. If Bitch Toria wants to talk to me about this directly, fine. But I'm not willing to bankroll an event where I'm cast as an unwelcome stranger. Not the a-hole for keeping your money in your wallet and finding something else to do on the wedding day. Yeah, anyway, he had a real big party that day. But anyhow, it's a shame when these types of things happen with the families, and it's a shame how a mother can make the kids see their father in a different way. But at the end of the day, I think it's great he's cutting her off here. Good for him. But still, this whole thing would have been a lot different if he would have told the kids the truth. So I think this is a perfect time, golden opportunity to tell the kids exactly what happened. What their mother may do in that situation, Lord knows. And once people have a certain belief about something, it's very hard to get them to shake it. But hey, at this point, he's got nothing to lose. They're all grown-ass adults. They can take it, you know. And if the ex is a problem, the hell with her. She and her cheater guys, her chatter Tyrone that she married, are a bunch of douchebags anyway. Anyhow, guys, that'll be a good one here. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Is this guy the a-hole or not the a-hole? It is his daughter, but you know what? In my opinion, she stopped being his daughter a long time ago, and she's just a user, gold-digging daughter. Alright, guys, that is it for today. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.